Thanks for tuning into the channel. You know, it was over 20 years ago that I wrote about the coming economic slavery of Americans. I read a book, I think it was called America 2000 or something like that. But at the time, I didn't realize it could get even worse, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But first, like, share, and subscribe. Especially share with your friends as we try to build the channel and work against that glass ceiling known as the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's get to it.
From the Talk Nation World Headquarters, this is America Held Hostage.
The dire warnings back in the previous millennium predicted there would be a lot of automation coming. They talked about how corporations would grow and how people would be put out of work. And now there's a prediction that 1/3 of America's workforce could be out of work by 2030. There are all kinds of schemes going on right now as communities work to try to provide for their people when the jobs are scarce. And that includes guaranteed incomes. That may be coming to the national scene as well. We see people in Congress that want to just give money away, and they certainly did a lot of that during COVID. There were many people who received that money who could have used more, and there were certainly people who didn't need the money who got it. A lot of flat panel TVs went flying out of the stores. But that's not the worst of it. There are many companies, maybe hundreds, that are signing on to political initiatives that are not in our best interests. In fact, all they do really is just boost their power and influence over the various communities they serve. We saw quite a bit of that with over 100 companies wanting to boycott Georgia over the election law, and so many lies were told about that law. But that's not really what it's about. Many companies get tax benefits from the government. That kind of thing really should stop if they get involved in politics. I sometimes wonder about executives who buy into Black Lives Matter and other organizations that talk down this country, people who have a broad client base that could boycott them. In fact, there are a number of companies that I plan never to do business with again, or at least until they stop doing politics. One of the problems is that so many of these companies have Chinese influence. They do business in China. They talk to Chinese people tell them what they want, and they give it to them. And they have no loyalty to the United States of America. It's important to remember that when you go into a store or when you go to buy a product online that comes from one of these companies. And while Buy American isn't really totally possible, because so much is made in China and elsewhere, exercise your purchasing power smartly. We have a lot of enemies, and it really does not pay us to give them money to hurt us. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Of course, it's important that you share because that's really how we pick up new viewers and defeat the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for watching.